Welcome to the Industrial Talk Podcast with Scott McKenzie. Scott is a passionate industry professional dedicated to transferring cutting-edge, industry-focused innovations and trends while highlighting the men and women who keep the world moving. So put on your hard hat, grab your work boots, and let's go.
All right, once again, welcome to Industrial Talk. Thank you for your continued support of this platform that celebrates you, industrial professionals all around the world. I say it all the time. You are bold, brave, and you dare greatly. You're changing lives, and therefore you are changing the world each and every day. That's why you are just loved on this platform, absolutely. We're broadcasting on site. It is Accruent, and it's their Insight, let's say their user conference. That's what it is. I was going to say user meeting, but it's a conference. Absolutely. San Antonio, Texas is the location, and it is a collection of problem solvers. They're milling about the place. You know what they do well here? They feed you well. The food is phenomenal. I don't think I could fit in any more food, but I'm going to give it a shot, that's for sure. In the hot seat, Dave Harrington. He's with Accruent, and he is. We're going to be talking about workplace management solution. There you go. Look at me, I'm learning. You having a good conference?
Excellent conference. A lot of good interaction, a lot of good conversations with customers, a lot of people I've worked with in the past, so it's great to catch up with.
How come I didn't meet you last year?
I was there.
I know.
I was there, yeah.
Oh, because it was the Gaylord, and it's the size of the state of Rhode Island.
It was. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I wasn't as important last year, right?
Shut the front door. I don't want to hear that. Yeah, for the listeners out there, Dave, give us a little background on who you are.
Yeah, so I am one of the solution consultants within Accruent. Basically, my role, I work with a lot of our current customer base, our prospects, really showcasing solutions that they're interested in implementing in their businesses, and kind of showcase and demo everything that we can do and provide value for. So I've been doing that for the better part of 10 years and still love it. Still love doing it. Still love meeting with our customers.
How do you keep up with all of the changes that are taking place? How do you learn? You're the tip of the sword that goes out there and tells these customers, look at this. This thing's phenomenal, and you need to do it. And look, let me show you. How do you keep
trial by fire?
Up?
Trial by fire. No, I think our internal teams do a really great job downloading to us what's new, what's coming, what's new and innovative and going to be valuable for our customer base. And so they're doing a really good job internally training us up and getting us ready to be in the field and just delivering that value to our customers. So it's that, and it's just the repetition. Just doing it day in and day out is just how you kind of perfect it. So
yeah. All the conversations that I've had so far, my head starts to swim of all the things that are taking place and things that are evolving and growing, and we're going to attach this and we're going to add that, and it's amazing.
Ever changing.
So let's talk a little bit about workplace management system. What is it?
So within our business, it's essentially a collection of solutions that help our customers manage all of their physical assets, their buildings, their stores, their clinics and hospitals and educational facilities, but then also all of the critical assets that sit inside of those places, HVAC units and chillers and boilers and anything that's important for a facility to run properly. And really, my role is to showcase the solutions that help support that journey for our customer base, to show them that Accruent has platforms and solutions to help them with every aspect of that workflow.
Why? Why is it important?
Well, I mean, it's important. Real estate.
I mean, I look at this particular complex, and I see the lights, and I see the temperature's comfortable, the windows are clean. You know, things just happen. So why is it important?
Important, a number of reasons, right? You know, when you talk about just the life cycle of real estate, not only the building that we're in, but how did they acquire the building? How and what are the agreements in place that allow them to operate and have a conference of this magnitude in a space like this? Being able to really focus in on the facilities management aspect as well. So, it is comfortable in here, but what if, with 500, 600 people, what if the HVAC were to break down, right? It gets real uncomfortable real quick. So,
especially in San Antonio.
It is not seasonably cool here yet. Yeah, I've noticed that a little bit. But it's really just all of the different aspects of the building that we're sitting in, all of the pieces of equipment that operate the building to make it comfortable and enjoyable for people to be here. You have to have systems in place to make sure that everything's operating smoothly, it's going the way that it should, and if anything were to happen, we need to rectify it as quick as possible to make sure that there's no impact to the people that are, occupying the venue.
What do you see changing out there? I mean, we've been through COVID.
Yeah.
We're all of a sudden working from our home.
Yeah.
And the buildings are sort of, they're buildings and not occupied.
I think I've seen over the course of the time, coming out of the pandemic and getting more into a face-to-face venue again and a face-to-face event. I think there's been a lot of, like you mentioned, since those places haven't been occupied, I think there's been a lot of, not lax, but not keeping up with systems and making sure that things are maintained properly as they would pre-COVID. So I think we've seen a really kind of influx of people trying to get things done rather quickly in regard to making sure that systems are right and everything. Just because all the events now are obviously getting more face-to-face again. And I think the other big piece of it too is the whole hot topic of AI. I think that is a huge conversation within the real estate world, within the facilities and asset world. Learning machines, making sure that the machines can tell us what's going on and let us know when, hey, there's potentially a problem here with this is definitely been a big change over the past couple of years.
So you did touch upon it. Sort of expand a little bit of where do you see the application of AI within, the property management, real estate world?
I think it plays a part within our entire workplace management life cycle. More specifically with the asset piece of it, having sensors and telemetry data sent to us to let us know, we have an HVAC unit that has this type of vibration or it has this type of heat coming out of it, which is projecting that possibly it's going to break down. And just kind of being a little bit more predictive, more proactive, generating premature alerts to let us know, hey, this might be a problem. It's not a problem yet, but it could be in a day or two or three. And just allowing people to kind of proactively take care of those types of things before it comes to critical mass and runs into an issue. That's a real big one that we've seen a lot of as of late with a lot of our customers here. And I think where a lot of folks as well are starting to see it is in the real estate world. So for our customers that are evaluating properties, trying to figure out, hey, where's the next location that I want to move into or I want to build out, using and leveraging AI models just to let us know what does it look like? What does the market tell us? Is it a good space? What other types of things do I want to evaluate where I want someone to tell me that or some system to tell me that rather than me have to do all the research on my own? So that's definitely been a big hot topic for a lot of our customers here.
Because AI is it's a learning platform, you've got to feed it with data. You have to feed it so it continues to sort of learn and learn. Yeah. In the world of the real estate, where are you getting that data? How are you training that model? Yeah,
it's coming from all sorts of different sources. A lot of different real estate sources that are out there that house a lot of this type of information, whether it's occupancy percentages or if it's market rents or things like that. So there's a number of different data sources, things like Green Street, things like CoStar Real Estate Management and those types of things that are all open source database technologies that you can research and find that information. So it's pulling it from those types of systems, others that are out there as well, just to continue to build that language model, with more and more robust information.
It would just seem to me that being able to have that insight where quickly I can make better or faster decisions, is there a level of confidence that I need to, or do I need, as with any learning model, it gets smarter over time, but where I'm at in that whole, journey, I might not be as smart as I need to be.
Right. Yeah, we're definitely at the very early onset of this as well, no doubt. And I think you're absolutely right. It's going to get more and more intelligent as we go on and as we feed it more. But I think with all of our customers here, there's definitely a level of confidence they have to have in what that feedback is for them to make really critical decisions on a huge part of their business, which is their real estate portfolio. So I think we're really in the early stages, but us as a business are taking some pretty important leaps in that journey to bring that into our platforms and have it work and assist our customers where it makes the most sense.
Are you leading the way on that? I guess you're, I say the Fortive family, leading the way and being able to take that information and drive to a reasonable conclusion.
Yeah, I think we definitely are. As part of Fortive, which is a great organization to be a part of, they have their own dedicated innovation team called the Fort that have been working with AI models and large language models and other types of AI technologies for the better part of a year and a half. Just testing what's out there, seeing how accurate it is, seeing what applications there are for it and where it would fit in our portfolio of systems. So while there's probably not a ton of that available in the platforms yet today, I think we're really leading the path and kind of leading down the path of kind of doing the right thing and figuring out where it makes the most sense, not just to have AI for AI's sake, but making sure that it's reasonable, it makes sense for our customer base, but it is accurate, and it is providing kind of that real confident insight that our customers need to make decisions on these types of items.
Yeah, I think it's only going to get better. My questions would be, how do you develop the guardrails around it, right?
Yeah.
Because you want standards associated with, so you have to high confident that they're within the guardrails of what need to happen. But I think because of Accruent and companies like Accruent, they recognize that yes, AI is going to be there, but yes, we're going to only apply it to what it's reasonable and makes sense.
Yeah.
From a customer's perspective, but I'm sure you're hearing it from the customers all the time.
We are, and and I think it happens in different levels, right? I certainly don't think you're going to be able to, wave the magic wand and have an AI learning algorithm be able to do all your work for you.
I know that there's probably people that want that.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. But no, our customers are definitely. It is a very, very big hot topic here at the show. A lot of sessions that are dedicated to it. Our president, Richard, has talked about our efforts and what we're going to be doing in 2025 and beyond. And I think our customers appreciate that we haven't jumped in right away and just thrown something out there and said, here it is, but really evaluating the use cases to see, why would we do this? And would it be valuable to the customer base if we did deliver something like that? So we always pride ourselves in doing a lot of voice of customer, getting the feedback from the customer base, just to find out, would this be valuable to you in the business if we decided to do something like this? And so we love these types of events because the direct feedback we get is that, A, it's here, everyone knows it's here, but what are we doing to prepare for it, and what are we doing to kind of think about how we want to integrate it into the platforms that we provide today?
Yeah, and I think that it is here to stay. If you're a connected company, which you want to be, you want to gain those insights into your operations. And I'm chugging through data.
Yeah.
There's the only conclusion has to be something that can help make meaning out of that data and not have it, or it just goes to waste.
Right.
So you need to have something in there that can do that, right?
Yeah, you do. It's a saying, right, that data is the new oil, right?
Yes.
So it's everyone is data focused on data. A lot of folks here are talking about, I have my data. I want to be able to do more with that. And I think AI is just a small component of that to help tell you what the data means, pardon me, and help you make decisions on what to do with what the data is telling you. So I think that's definitely a big piece of it, and it's all kind of going to work together, right? I think it's we have the solutions that track the data, that provide the data. The AI piece of it is going to help us make sense of it and help us make decisions on what do we actually want to do with this, based on the information that we know. But let's do it in a quicker way so that I'm not spending hours upon hours trying to sift through information to figure it out. Yeah,
no, it makes perfect sense. So with all that said, with the AI around the corner and doing what AI does, is there anything else that you can see that is really impacting the business going forward?
Yeah, I think Certainly the people, right? I know for a fact that, again, with the pandemic happening, you had a lot of folks on the whole real estate side of the business, whether it was in facilities maintenance or if it was somebody on construction project management. You know, a lot of folks that have been in the business for a long time, and when the pandemic came along, it was kind of the reason or a reason for them to get out of the business and retire or move on to something else. And I think what we found is that post-pandemic, we haven't had a huge influx of resources to take over and kind of continue that knowledge that those folks had. So I find like we're doing a lot of not reintroductions, but re-education of just the market itself and kind of showcasing to the newer generation of users of real estate tools what is out there, what's available, what can we do, and what are we able to do with our softwares, and what do we have for customers and how they use it today. Yeah. So I think that's been something that's been pretty common.
Yeah, it's pretty across the board.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, well, hey, so if somebody says they want to get a hold of you, what would be the best way?
Yeah, LinkedIn all the way. Yeah.
We practiced that before he nailed it. He has an A and a gold star. Well, you were absolutely wonderful. A lot of information. I felt like I was drinking from a fire hose, my friend.
Always. Everyone I talk to is like that.
It's like, oh my gosh, he's passionate about his stuff. It's all good. All right, listeners, we're going to have all the contact information for Dave out on Industrial Talk. We are once again broadcasting from Accruent Insights here in San Antonio, Texas, and it is great. The bottom line, you get people like Dave. Dave's great.
Appreciate it.
In fact, that's a bumper sticker. Dave's great. All right, we're going to wrap it up on the other side. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
First name Dave, last name Harrington. Accruent is the company. The event, Accruent Insight User Conference, and it was a dazzling event. You need to look into it. 2025 right around the corner. Look into it. You won't be disappointed, and you definitely will be fed. We were talking workplace management systems, a collection. You go to these big events, you go to these hotels, and you know that they're just managing. I mean, it's like probably herding cats, but so you need a powerful system to be able to do that, Dave, and Team Accruent have what you need. Big time. We're building a platform, Industrial Talk, that's dedicated to you industrial professionals. You need to be on the podcast. You have a podcast. You have technology. You need to talk to me. Go out to Industrial Talk. Reach out. I am warm and fuzzy and cuddly. So be bold, be brave, dare greatly. Looking forward to have a conversation. We're going to have another great one shortly, so stay tuned.